So in the first unit, we discussed the different elements of measuring system, the different types of measuring systems, the static and dynamic characteristics of measuring instruments, and we looked at the different possible errors that take place in any measuring instrument. So now we're starting with the second unit. Uh, Now from here onwards, we'll get into the technical details. Uh, so your second unit is transducers. So what we have here is that we are trying to measure different types of quantities, and these quantities may not be necessarily electrical in nature. They can be non-electrical, but for processing of these processing the measurement of such quantities, we need to convert these non-electrical quantities into electrical quantities. Right? In order to use the electrical methods for measurement, manipulation, and control, non-electrical quantity is converted into electrical quantities, and the device that is used for conversion of these non-electrical quantities to electrical quantities it's known as a transducer. So what does a transducer mean? We can define it as a device that actually transforms one form of energy to another form of energy for transmission or for uh, control, measurement, and manipulation of that signal. So transducer is a device that converts one form of energy, and mainly this energy will be non-electrical in nature, to another form of energy that mainly will be electrical energy, uh, so that we can actually do the manipulation, so that we'll be able to measure the quantity, we'll be able to control that measured variable. So input device will receive the quantity under measurement and deliver a proportional electrical signal to the signal conditioning device. The signal will be later on amplified, it will be filtered or modified to a format that is acceptable to the output device. Right? So simply transducer converts one form of energy that may be that is mostly going to be non-electrical in nature to another form of energy that is going to be electrical in nature. And this is done because manipulating, controlling electrical signals is much more easier than controlling any other form of energy source. Say, for example, if we are dealing with pneumatic energy or mechanical devices, so that's the reason why we go for conversion to electrical energy sources, because electrical signals offer advantage as compared to other form of energy. Uh, it's going to be a brief introduction to transducers today. Mm, Now, types of transducers. There are mainly two types of transducers: the active transducers and the passive transducers. As you have understood by now, passive transducers, they will they will not have a power supply of their own. They will not be able to generate energy of their own. So they will need an external power supply. And these transducers will be resistive, inductive, or capacitive. Whereas on the other hand, active transducers, they will be able to generate electrical energy of their own, and so they do not need any electric external power source. Now, there are now moving to passive transducers. There are three types of passive transducers: uh, resistance transducer, capacitance transducer, and inductance transducer. So, based upon the uh, resistance transducer, does not mean that we are actually measuring resistance. We are actually trying to measure some another form of energy in the form of resistance. Okay, as a capacitance transducer, it will be using the principle of capacitor. to measure some quantity, be it pressure, be it force, torque, extra, distance, all those quantities we are trying to measure using transducers. But what principle is being employed in such devices uh, classifies them as resistance transducer, capacitance transducer, or inductance transducer. So the different types of resistance transducers, first of all, we have to study all these transducers in detail. Today I'm only enlisting them, and one is the potentiometer. You already know what a potentiometer does. The basic principle of this potentiometer is that uh, there is a variation in the slider basically moves due to an applied external force that will result in variation of resistance. Okay, so we are measuring resistance where we are actually trying to measure the external force by seeing how much resistance is getting varied. So accordingly, what quantities we'll be able to measure using potentiometer are pressure, force, and displacement. Okay? The principle is that we are measuring resistance to measure some another quantity, and that some other quantity in this case can be pressure, force, and displacement. Then there's a resistance strain, another device. So these are different devices that are actually all measuring resistances uh, using different principles for measurement of some non-electrical quantity. These are all non-electrical quantities specified from this side. So potentiometer simply force is applied, it varies the resistance. From this, you can actually check pressure, force, or displacement. Using a resistance strain, the resistance is changed by the torque that causes elongation or compression uh, owing to some stress applied on this uh, particular device. And as a result, we will be able to measure force and torque due to this resistance strain gauge. Then there is a Pirani gauge. Resistance of a heating element is varied by convection cooling of a stream of gas. Fine. We know that resistance changes by temperature. So that principle can be used to measure gas flow or gas pressure of a steam. Then there is a resistance thermocouple. Again, resistance of a pure metal uh, can be changed, will increase with if it has a positive temperature coefficient, and resistance will decrease if it has a negative temperature coefficient. And accordingly, we can measure the temperature, the radiation, heat, these different types of quantities. Thermistor, again, temperature effect is being measured by change of resistance. Photoconductive cell, by change of light intensity, again resistance can be changed. So that phenomenon can help us in calculation of light intensity. Say for example, on a solar cell, we want to see the light intensity that falls on a solar cell. We can see that using the photoconductive effect. Okay, so different effects can be measured in the form of resistance using different type of resistance transducers. So all these devices we have to study. Most of these devices we have to study one by one. इनका exact principle of operation पढ़ना है हमें. इनकी block diagram, इनकी circuit diagram जो भी है वो सब कुछ हमें देखनी है. We'll go to all those things. So accordingly, we'll be able to see how we are able to measure pressure, force, temperature, light intensity using resistance transducers. ऐसे capacitance transducers way. Now using the uh, physical phenomenon, if you are able to change the capacitance of any device, accordingly वो जो variation होगी, according to that we'll be able to measure some non-electrical quantity. Say for example, we have a variable capacitance pressure gauge. So we know that the distance between two parallel plates can be varied by an external applied force. और जब ये distance change होगी, accordingly जो आपका capacitance है, C is equal to epsilon A by D, that will change. So that will help us see what will be the displacement, what will be the pressure. ठीक है? Proportionally, we'll be able to figure out कितना change in capacitance is equal to how much change in displacement, कितना change in capacitance is equal to how much change in pressure. Fine. Then your capacitor microphones. Uh, Capacitor microphones. Mhm. You have two types of microphones. You have dynamic microphones and you have dynamic type microphones and condenser type microphones. Condenser type microphones basically mean capacitor microphones. So ये जो say for example हमारे normal microphones होते हैं phone वगैरह में, so again because of the sound pressure there is a variation in the capacitance of a fixed plate that helps us translate our sound waves into electrical signals. So जैसे अभी मैं बोल रहा हूँ is going into the microphone is being translated into electrical signals. So this type of microphone is a capacitor microphone. Hmm, जो दूसरा टाइप ऑफ माइक्रोफोन होता है दैट इज एक्चुअली डायनामिक माइक्रोफोन. डायनामिक माइक्रोफोन में इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक प्रिंसिपल यूज होता है फॉर ट्रांसलेशन ऑफ साउंड वेव्स इनटू electrical signals. So that has nothing to do with capacitor transducers. There is a different effect used in those type of microphones. Uh, you have a dielectric gauge. You can vary capacitance by changing the dielectric constant of a medium. So accordingly, using this, you can measure the level of liquid in any tank. Fine. ऐसे ही आपके inductance transducers हुए. So different types of inductance transducers. You have a magnetic circuit transducer. So self-induction of a coil can be varied by change in magnetic circuit. So accordingly, again you can measure pressure or displacement using magnetic circuit transducer. You have a differential voltage. You can measure pressure and displacement using a differential voltage. You have magnetoelastic transducers. Using that, you can measure force, pressure, or sound. You have magnetostrictive effect. So using this, you'll be able to produce ultrasonic waves. Fine. So these were different types of passive transducers: resistance-based transducers, capacitance-based transducers, and inductance-based transducers. So यहाँ पे जो भी quantity हम measure कर रहे हैं, pressure, force, displacement, torque, gas flow, temperature, light intensity, or speech, music, liquid level, uh, ultrasonic waves. So all of these are non-electrical quantities or mostly non-electrical in nature. And what we are trying to do is we are trying to use their energy to onto some device that will either change the resistance, capacitance, or an inductance of a system, and accordingly translate that change in resistance, capacitance, or inductance into an electrical signal. Fine. Uh, so all these devices will require external power source for functioning. Then there are active transducers. There will be a number of active transducers that we'll be studying. Some of these are mentioned here: a thermocouple, a photovoltaic cell, a piezoelectric device. So again, using these devices, you can measure some non-electrical quantities like temperature, light meter, or vibration sound. The difference in these things, in these transducers from passive transducers, is that they will be able to generate EMF, they'll be able to generate energy on their own. ठीक है? So thermocouple, it generates EMF across the junction. You know, Seebeck effect, temperature variation जब दो metals के बीच में होगा, so accordingly EMF produce होता है. So we do not need any external source to produce that EMF for us here. ऐसे photovoltaic cells में, again using light you can generate current or voltage in photovoltaic cells. Again using pressure you will be able to generate EMF. So ये जो devices होंगे active transducers, इनमें कोई external EMF energy source, electrical energy source ज़रूरत नहीं है. The effect itself, that is, be it variation in temperature, be it variation in light intensity, be it variation in pressure, will be able to generate EMF in that device. Fine. So accordingly, we'll be able to measure different quantities. So these different types of devices we'll study as we move ahead. Uh, Now, what are the factors that will be affecting the transducer performance? You have the physical conditions, you have the environmental conditions, you have compatibility with the associated equipments, and you have the transducer parameters. So these different factors can affect the transducer performance. Say for example, we are taking some physical condition. आपकी जो system है उसमें corrosion है. So if we have a resistive transducer, it has corrosion. वो वो जो device है, it has corroded over. It has got some wear and tear. It has got some corrosion over repeatedly using it. या फिर because of different environmental effects, corrosion develop हो गया है. So that corrosion is going to change the resistance of that device. So accordingly, जो आप equipment से आपको जो proportionally एक electrical output मिल रहा है, that may not be corresponding to the actual input variable that was causing the deviation or causing that resistance change. ठीक है. Accordingly आपके different types of physical conditions हो सकते हैं. Say for example आपने इस device को कहाँ पे mount किया है. Accordingly जो आपका pressure होगा, आपकी जो length होगी, that will be different. आपके जो electrical connections हैं, how tightly are आपके जो connections है, if they are tight enough or they are loose enough, uh, or they are loose, such that means actually आपकी जो resistance होगी, again that will change under such conditions. आपकी जो inductance होगी, capacitance होगी, that will change under such conditions. So you have to keep in those things in mind that आपका जो सिस्टम है दैट्स वेल बिहेव्ड, आपके कनेक्शंस प्रॉपर हैं, आपके सिस्टम में कोई खराबी नहीं है, देयर इज नो करोजन, देयर इज नो रस्ट. Also environmental conditions like temperature, shock or vibrations may affect the change in resistance. Say for example we are dealing with potentiometer. Potentiometer में क्या होता है कि some force is being applied that actually causes the resistance to change, but we are not here taking into consideration the temperature that is in which we are performing this experiment. Say for example, at two different times you are performing the temperature at 20 degrees Celsius and at 50 degrees Celsius. So accordingly आपकी जो resistance होगी वो temperature की वजह से भी affect हो रही है, not only because of the pressure that is being applied on that potentiometer. So you have to keep those things into consideration while uh, performing any experiment while dealing with these transducers. So accordingly, you have compatibility with other equipments like impedance matching, उसकी insulation resistances, उस ट्रांसड्यूसर के जो पैरामीटर्स होंगे, उसके जो मेजरेंट का जो टाइप होगा, मेजरेंट की जो रेंज होगी, how much sensitive your system is to those changes, all those things need to be taken care of while designing the transducer, while performing the experiment. So lastly, in the introduction part to these transducers, the application areas, mm, the transducers can be used in to convert mechanical or other physical forms of energy, such as temperature, pressure, force, stress, strain, flow, vibrations, velocity, etc., into electrical signal forms. So accordingly उसके बाद इन signals को amplify किया जाता है, modulate किया जाता है, transmit किया जाता है. So these transducers find a lot of usage in many industrial, commercial, residential applications. Uh, Industries may say, for example, in steel plants, thermal plants, petrochemical industries, textile mills. Fine. As I was saying, जो microphone आपका है, it's also a transducer. आपके जो headphones है, it's also a sort of transducer. Any form of energy being converted, non-electrical to electrical or electrical to non-electrical, that's what a transducer does. ठीक है. आपका microphone, it is taking a non-electrical signal and converting it into an electrical signal, while as your headphone, it is taking an electrical input and converting that into a non-electrical sound wave. Okay? So these different types of transducers are used in, they have a number of applications um, everywhere in your residential applications, commercial applications और इंडस्ट्रियल एप्लीकेशंस में बहुत ज़्यादा यूज़ होता है आपके जो पावर प्लांट्स होंगे ट्रांसड्यूसर्स का वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा यूज़ है आपके जो कंट्रोल सिस्टम्स है कंट्रोल सिस्टम्स और ऑलमोस्ट जो क्लोज लूप कंट्रोल सिस्टम्स होंगे दे आर ऑलमोस्ट you can say they are incomplete without transducers. Transducers are, are sensors, they are immensely used in every automatic control application that are there in industries. So this was the basic introduction to transducers today. इसके बाद हमें start करना है with resistive type transducers. So उसमें जैसे मैंने आपको highlight किया, we have potentiometers, we have resistance strain gauge, Pironi gauge, thermocouples, thermistors, and photoconductive cells. So passive type of resistance transducers, they will be, we'll start with these in the next session, inshallah.